What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Humble Lecter, and today we got the final figure from this wave, and that is of course Gwen Stacy, which I'm actually very excited to check out. So in today's video, what we're gonna do is of course check out the figure, go through the articulation, do some comparisons, and of course give you my thoughts and my opinions on this. So yes, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, so we're gonna start off here with the packaging, and again, I always like this kind of retro style with the modern approach. I do like the fact that I can see my figure before I actually buy it, and definitely the reason why I held off from reviewing this figure is because I couldn't find an extra one here, so I had to really open up my mint in box figure for a review. But I really wanted to check out the figure on this anyway, and so I decided, yes, why not just get it? Maybe next time I'll get one more mint in box and put it on my display. And I think that's why Hasbro did very well in the past few years, because they always had the plastic approach, so you can have one outside and one, in your box showing here, which looks really cool. Nowadays with this stupid blind box, it looks really bad and you really don't know what you're getting. But I do like what I'm getting with this figure. So yes, without further ado, let's just unbox this bad girl up. Okay, so here is the Gwen Stacy figure, Spider-Gwen, and I gotta say, she actually looks really nice, and she looks, I think, one of the coolest figure from this whole wave. And other than Spider-Pang, I think this one here is one of the more sought after figures other than the 2099 figure. And I gotta say, it's nothing wrong, because she does look really cool. And if you guys do not have any other Spider-Gwen figures, I think this is still a great addition to have. And I would say, if you do have the old Spider-Gwen figures, I think this is still a good addition, but it can also replace the other figures. So in terms of accessories, I do like this one because they do give you the Spider-Gwen head over here. She does have the angry look, which looks really nice here. And we also have this open hands with this, which looks really cool. This one is more like the reaching out grabby hands, and this one here is more of the, not the wall crawling hands, but a little bit more plain on this. And on her, she does have the twip hands and also the closed fisted hands. So not sure exactly why they didn't give us another pair of these hands and make it more interesting, but it is what it is. And one thing I like about this hit is that with the previous Spider-Gwen figures, like especially this one that came with the 2-pack, let me just put this all aside and I'm going to show you with the other Spider-Gwen figures. Okay, so here are some Spider-Gwen figures that I've gotten. This is from the 2-pack, this is from the Steelman Build-A-Figure, and this one here I did use the hit on this Stepford Cuckoo's body here, which does really cool. The skin tones doesn't really match, but it is what it is. And one thing I want to highlight to you guys is when I came back to this mask over here, this one is attached to the head, which I think would make it easier, especially if you want to attach it to the body. These ones are all like kind of, especially this one here is detachable. So you can see that it would just move around here, which is up to you whether you like it or not. And I do like that the details on this, it does have the nice paintwork on her eyes, whereas this new one here is more plain, more simple. Like, it does give you the angry look. And straight away you'll notice that the design on her suit as well is a little bit different. And I'm just going to take out this head here, so you can see again this one is attached, which is really cool, so you don't have to worry about this. And let me try to attach this to the new head and see if that works. Probably not, because the head looks very different from the pack here. So I'm actually wrong, and you can see that it does do a fair amount job over here. And her body is really weird because it kind of slouches forward, so her butt kind of sticks out quite a fair bit amount. But it does really look really cool here. And I'm just going to switch this back on this figure. So not too bad. I do like the head sculpt on the older one compared to this, but it does give you two expressions here, which does look still pretty cool. The design as well, like I mentioned, on the suit is very different. You can see on the chest, it does give you the spider a little bit closer. This one's a little bit more open, but this one does give you the double jointed pinless elbows. These ones are all single jointed. And if we go on to the other head sculpt here, I do like that this one does give the more kind of high school look. This one's a bit more matured and a little bit more details. The hair as well does look really, really cool. Other than that, the suit is all really nice and decent. There's all paint work there. One thing I don't like about this figure is the feet, which you can see is really, really tiny. This one here is much bigger and definitely better to hold in terms of posing. And this one here definitely is one of the best because this is much, much bigger, and definitely posing with this is much easier. And this one's just really, really tiny. So like the body is more slender and slimmer compared to these two, which I don't know what you guys think about it, because this one is a more matured figure, like 1 year after, so I felt that the body should be, you know, a bit more proportion to this size, but with a newer body mold, which again let me know. And if we go on to her suit, you can see that her cobweb patterns does follow on her forearms. This one here is a little bit different, and it's more on the inner side of her arms, similar again to these two pack over here. And on the back, nothing much on her. I just do like the details on her face. Does look really, really nice on this, and it is what it is. So let me just test out whether the hands does fit onto this. So I did try to put this in, but it's very, very loose and wobbly, so it's not very appropriate for this. And now let's move on to articulation. So in terms of the head movement, with this body mold, it is quite limited. So I'm going to switch this out for the Spider-Gwen figure. So put this in. Okay, quite easy to put this in. So in terms of the head movement, it can go up all the way backwards here, and it does use a disc joint, so not too bad, I would say. You can tilt down all the way this much over here. You can of course rotate it as much as you want, and it does give you a good amount of pivoting over here. Going on to the arms, nice T-pose over here. And going on to this, we have some nice bicep swivel, and we do have the double jointed pinless elbows here, which shows back quite a fair bit amount. Nice wrist rotation and hinge up and down. Same thing for the other hands as well. Going on to the torso, you can have a nice waist rotation and a swivel on the sides here. No waist rotation on her. And going on to the legs, you can spread out this much here, and you can kick forward quite a fair bit, 90 degrees here. And nice upper thigh swivel, double jointed pinless knees as well, which kicks back very, very nice, and good, excellent ankle pivot. But again, the feet are very, very tiny. So here we have them, all the figures from the movie, especially included the SPDR buff and also the Spider-Man Noir figure, and I gotta say, it looks really, really nice. It is definitely very, very hard to make them stand, but I gotta say, this whole wave overall, I gotta say, does get a good rating. I would give this a nice solid 8 out of 10. I mean, they do give you the figures that you want, except for these Peter B. Parker, because we do need a newer leg over here to give him the full suited Spider-Man look. And yeah, this whole wave does give you very few accessories, but overall it's still a very, very good wave, and I do like the characters from this. It is of course definitely a little bit different compared to your normal Spider-Man figures, but still a great addition nonetheless. And with that being said, I'm going to do a ranking over here, which is really, really hard. But for the last place, I am going to give it to Jessica Drew, because it is definitely one of the weakest figure, definitely one that we don't really like, and in terms of character development, it's not really there, and it's very hard to make her stand. And on the 5th place, which is gonna be very hard to say, because between the last and the 6th figure, it's really, really hard to say, but I'm definitely gonna give that maybe to Miles Morales, because there isn't really much to him. There's I mean, it's really hard to choose. Like, he is very lanky and again lacking a lot in accessories, but he is still a very good figure. After that, I would give it to the Spot figure here, so 7, 6, 5, and then 4 I would give it to, or is it 3? I'll give it to Peter B. Parker. sad to say because I really like this figure, but it definitely pulls much better with this head sculpt. The normal head sculpt was really boring and just didn't make it work, but with this, it does give it a little bit more points for it. And going on next, we'll give it to Gwen. Also a great figure, but with the small legs, it's really hard to stand, and definitely the best figure is Spider-Punk and also the Spider-Man 2099. Very close in terms of the battle, but I'll give the #1 spot to Spider-Punk. So that is my ranking for this whole wave. Alright, so that is it with the Spider-Gwen figure, and for a rating, I am going to give this a nice solid 7 out of 10. I mean, accessories wise, really nice. I do like the nice new head sculpt on her. I do like the fact that, you know, she is still pretty complete in that sense, but I did wish that the legs were a little bit bigger and wider to give her better standing poses, but overall she's still a really great figure. But these are just my thoughts and my opinions. Leave yours in the comment section down below, and of course, if you guys enjoyed this, do click the like and smash the subscribe button down below for more videos like this in the future. And also do follow me on my socials on the Instagram at the Humble Lecter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.